My name's Jenna. I go by she, they pronouns, and I've just completed my Bachelor of Arts majoring in gender and cultural anthropology. So how I came to study gender studies is a bit of a roundabout story. So for a lot of years, I was really passionate about gender equality through lived experience and just observation throughout my life. I already identified as a feminist before, but I saw an article by Miley Cyrus, or about Miley Cyrus anyway, talking about being gender fluid and pansexual, and I hadn't heard those terms before, and so I looked them up, and then that led me down a whole rabbit hole of TED Talks and YouTube clips, and I just couldn't stop researching it. So much of it I could relate to, and so much of it I just felt really passionate about, and then I found out it was a subject that I could study.
My name is Chanel and I'm a current gender studies student. I came to study gender studies through transferring out of my original degree. So I was doing an elective in gender studies and I found that it really resonated with me, and I felt really deeply about the issues we were discussing. They spoke about certain intersecting issues about society and the global culture and local culture as a whole. And I decided I wanted to transfer, so here I am.
Before starting my degree, there were some misconceptions around what gender studies really was and what it included. Before that, I think not only myself, but family and friends were under the impression that it was women's studies, which is what it used to be called. But it actually encompasses so much more than that. So a lot of the questions I was asked by friends and family of, where is this going to lead you? What sort of jobs would you get out of this? Is a misconception that maybe it's not a relevant degree, but it's actually relevant to everything. And it is so topical and so timely right now to be studying gender because it affects everybody.
Gender studies really provides you with the tools to problematise and be critical of things. It really takes a nuanced understanding of gender, sex and sexuality and how it relates with certain social issues as well. And I think this is really important because you do get a lot of different students from different disciplines within the uni, and whilst you're having group discussions in your classes and tutorials, you gain a lot of different knowledge from different perspectives, which can be very helpful to opening your mind to different ideas.
Through completing this degree, my perspective on gender studies has completely changed. I now can see that it is relevant to absolutely everyone, and there is almost no area of life or any conversation that I have that isn't touched by something that I've learnt in this degree in some way. Studying this degree definitely provided me with tools to shape my career and future goals. It definitely opened my eyes to possibilities I didn't know existed before. There are so many agencies out there that work with diversity and inclusivity. There are so many different companies at the moment. This is why it's so important right now that they're needing help with making sure that they're inclusive. And there's so many structural inequalities, whether we're dealing with race or class or disability or sexuality or any of the other intersectional issues. There's so many different companies that need help with that. Everybody does right now.
Things that you see on the news or you don't really hear about, I didn't really take a second thought to, but now I really have a think about these things from the lens that I've learned throughout uni. And I think that is a really good skill to have, whether that be as a person so you can be more empathetic and compassionate for other people, or even in the workplace to help build on ideas and be creative and be inclusive and think outside the box.
If I could give advice to people going into this degree, it would be to be prepared for a peek behind the curtain, that everything you think is simple, universal, biological, everything is complicated. Get ready for some interesting conversations with friends and family. Get ready to have your beliefs shaken up in a brilliant way, and get ready to be really well equipped to be an amazing ally and employee in the future.